Good afternoon, everyone. Myself, Madhan. I am from Madurai, Tamil Nadu. I appeared for UPSC Civil Services examination 2021, and that was my first attempt. I was able to secure all India rank 195. And uh, aspirants, can you comment on the section if there is any issue with video or audio quality? I will be able to rectify it. And coming back, I was able to secure all India rank 195 in 2021 UPSC examination, and IPS was my second preference. Then after landed in IPS, underwent training, like attended my FC in Labasna, then did my basic course training in FPP and PA, and passed out in like my phase two got completed in last September, and I got my home cadre luckily. I'm posted right now as Assistant Superintendent of Police, Thoothukudi Town Subdivision. One regarding UPSC time, like I wanted to appear in this forum, like share my experiences for a long time, but somehow it didn't materialize. Now I'm able to like carve some time out of my schedule. It's been a long time since I have met or conversed with aspirants. Okay, straight away questions. Please comment if there are any questions. I'll be able to pass answer those questions, giving first priority to those questions. Like I said, I am from Madurai, Tamil Nadu. I did my medicine in Velaman Medical College, Madurai. From my school grade 11, I wanted to become a civil servant. I was like influenced by or inspired by IPS officers who served in my district. I was very passionate initially to join the police services, but somehow later, like I had myopia and I had other issues. I was like skeptical whether the medical board will be able to clear me out. Those things came, and when I started UPSC preparation, like somehow my priorities changed. I gave IAS as first preference, but still I was able to secure only all rank 195. My second preference was IPS. Since all the dream about UPSC, everything started from my desire to become a police servant, police or to join the forces. I settled with that. Despite it being my first attempt, I was settled. I did not appear for the second time. My UPSC journey is after completing medicine in 2019. I prepared for 2 years. I vividly remember it was the time I joined the coaching center in Chennai. I prepared for 7 months from Chennai. I was not able to complete the entire coaching because Corona struck. It was March 2020. I then shifted back to my hometown. From my home, like I just prepared for another year. UPSC prelims got shifted for say, I think 5 6 months. I was like, I suffered a breakdown. Like I was not confident to appear for the first time. I thought let me not appear for the first time. Then what I did is I postponed. Like I appeared only in 2021. I did not appear in 2020. I skipped the 2020 prelims. Then I appeared directly in 2021. I prepared for hardly 2 years. My optional was geography. One thing about choosing optional subject and why I chose geography as an optional subject is if I have to suggest a single criteria, it is completely, it should be the passion or the love for the subject which you are going to have. Say when I opted geography as an optional subject and did not opt my undergrad, that is medicine, like I faced severe criticism. I remember one of my mentors saying that you will never crack UPSC with geography as an optional subject. He said just choose. You choose between. He like outrightly suggested if you can choose between two things. Either you choose geography, you will never clear UPSC, Say even if you appear for all the 6 attempts, you will not crack UPSC, you can become a geography faculty, you can join any coaching institute. But if you want to crack it easily, opt for medical centers as an optional. But like that lowered my confidence. So somehow deep, my love for geography like made me to stick with geography only, despite the criticism, despite others who discouraged me. I stuck to geography. One main reason is the passion which I had. Like, geography is a wonderful subject. Like, if you start reading, you will come to realize that every phenomenon which happens, be it natural or be it a human phenomenon, has some influence or some logic, some concept behind everything is related or tied to geography. Adding to that fascination, if you see UPSC, take prelims, if you take the 100 marks in prelims, around 30 questions directly and indirectly will come from geography. Let it be physical geography, it will be human geography, agriculture, economical geography. And the same advantage lies with geography. If you have geography as an optional subject, you can cover 30 to 40% of the main subject. There are like say in paper 1, in paper 2, and in paper 3. I'm like talking about general studies, GS 1 to 3. There is a significant amount of syllabus which is shared with geography, like UPSC geography optional syllabus and UPSC main syllabus, GS 1 to 3. There is a significant overlap. So I thought I can save a lot of time by choosing geography. First reaction after I got selected, like I was disappointed. I expected a little decent rank and little high marks, but I was visibly like I was disappointed. But still, like I controlled myself to cracking UPSC is a big achievement. Credit for my success goes to my parents, my teachers, who were able to support me in those 2 years after completing undergrad. I was I did not enter the employment labor force. So they gave me the ample time. They trusted me. So I'll give the credit of success to my teachers and parents. GS1 and CSAT. Regarding GS and regarding prelims preparation, general studies it is about only conceptual clarity and solving multiple questions. It doesn't matter whether you read newspaper daily or whether you follow a coaching material or whether you follow this particular magazine. It doesn't matter. Only thing which matters is whether you are able to understand concepts, whether you are able to connect those concepts, and whether you are able to remember those concepts and apply it in the questions. Adding to it, a successful aspirant would have solved a lot of question papers, and he will know. Let's say there is a question paper with 100 questions. After skimming the question paper, a successful aspirant will come to know that this question is a hard question paper, and aspirants who are going to crack prelims would answer 70 to 80 questions. Deciding that how many questions I'm going to answer in the prelims, how many I'm going to skip, that clarity is very, very important. A successful aspirant will definitely know this is an easy question paper. I should answer 80 to 85 questions. This is a tough question paper. I will answer 150 to 100 questions. Adding to that, a successful aspirant will also be aware about his hit ratio. Say for example, if I am answering 10 questions, I will consistently I'll be able to get 7 out of 10 questions right. Then the number of questions I'm going to answer and number I'm going to leave will vary. So what I'm going to say is, while answering prelims, one should have a very good grasp or a grip over the difficulty of the question paper and highly aware about one's hit ratio. Suppose if you answer 100 questions or if you answer 90 questions, how many answers will be right in those 90 questions? Definitely, it will be a varying figure. It will not be consistent for many aspirants. There's no one way. Like you should answer 80 questions. There's no one single answer for that. one should develop it individually. Like I previously mentioned, choosing an optional subject, the first criteria should be passion. Second, you can go for trend analysis, but it is risky. There's no guarantee. Say, for example, if sociology is nowadays it is becoming very popular, there is no guarantee that if you choose sociology, you will also score 300 plus. And let's say PubBad, people say that nobody will get high scores in PubBad, but it is not a guarantee that if you like PubBad, if you are like really passionate about the subject, if you are able to easily understand concepts, you'll be definitely able to score a decent mark. So choosing optional, ensure that you go with your passion. Like I went with my passion, and it helps. See, okay, mains answer writing. First thing is having a thorough understanding of all the concepts, and you should be able to connect all the concepts. Say, for example, if you are reading history, it will be ancient India, medieval India. One should know that geographical concepts played a significant role even in history, even in whatever it be. And economics played a vital role in ancient India, medieval India. So you should be able to understand, not only able to understand a concept in singularity, but also look it from multiple perspectives, like how geography shaped Indian history, how geography shaped world history, how like economics shaped Indian history. So a thorough understanding and viewing it from multiple perspectives, viewing a single topic from multiple perspectives, and having a holistic understanding and connecting all those dots. This is very, very, very important while you should develop this habit while preparing itself. Okay, if an incident happens, view it from multiple angles. Say if a terrorist attack happens in a particular country, what happens? Obviously, you will all focus with external security and internal security. Do not restrict yourself with that. View it from an economic perspective, view it from a geopolitical perspective, international relations perspective. What happens to that trade? What happens to agriculture? Like when we are able to see things from multiple perspectives, or obviously, you will write answers from in multidimensional perspective. For those extra 1 or 2 marks, that different and unique perspective really matters. Nothing else matters. Yeah, canoe strategy. My voice is not. Can you just comment is my whether my voice is now better? Is there any issue? Just pause me, please. Can you? Film book list. Yeah. See, regarding book list, for films, definitely for films and mains, you should go with NCRTs. NCRTs is like common basics. Be thorough with NCRTs, particularly from 6th to 12th. That is to be thorough. Then you can go with materials which are produced, which are like given or shared by coaching institutes. Say, for example, if there is a ancient and medieval, if there is history, if you are not a history option student, nowadays some small booklets are coming. They are produced from, you can follow any coaching institute. The booklet size, now pages will be around only 100 pages. So, for reading 100 pages for history is more than enough. One thing is you should read it multiple times. Similarly for geography, similarly for economics. I preferred coaching institute materials because they come in handy. Already they would have underlined, they would have highlighted the important aspects. It helped, like it saved a lot of my time. I did not waste time in taking notes. I can easily refer to that. So book list is NCRTs and coaching institute materials. Maybe you can read if you have time, like if you are a full-time aspirant, if you are not employed, you can go with some standard books like Spectrum for Indian Polity, Bose and Young for Geography, books like that. And coaching, see, coaching is yes, you will have company. It is not a guarantee that you will crack UPSC to join coaching or if you go to Delhi for that matter, if you go to Chennai, it doesn't matter. Coaching, you can have an idea, you have company, you have a good set of friends whom you can share. But coaching itself can be a source of distraction. Say, for example, if you go to metropolitan city, there is high chances that you will get distracted. It's like college only. Coaching is nothing. Coaching will not be. I can't say or suggest that if you join coaching, you will crack UPSC. It's not a guarantee to success or not a guarantee to crack UPSC. Yes. Main strategy, as I previously mentioned, I had geography as optional. The time I like used to spend for geography is almost 50%, 40%. The, when I read for geography optional, I will cover 40% of the main subject, and I will have a greater understanding than other aspirants. Since because preparing for geography, you have to refer multiple books. You have to like read concepts in depth, and I will obviously I will be having many examples, many concepts which are like definitely they will be value additions. Say if you compare an aspirant who is from non-geography optional, who writes an answer for a mains question, and an aspirant from geography background, obviously I will have the advantage. So that was that like worked for me. For other subjects, say for essay, for ethics, one thing is you should have a unique perspective and you should write unique answers. Say, let us take essay. Preparing for essay, I prepared 20-30 minutes daily for essay. What I'll do is I'll suggest you 3-4 important books from which you can like use those examples, anecdotes in any kind of essay. Say, for example, read *Sapiens*, read *Homo Deus*, read the Almanac of Nawaz Ali Khan. These are books which are around 400 pages roughly. But if you read those 400 pages, take notes from those books, you can use it anywhere, in any essay. And for essay preparation, refer Wikipedia. Like, you can say, for example, just type the word courage in Wikipedia. There will be multiple perspectives about courage. You can refer to sources like magazines, like Down to Earth, where you will get unique examples which you can quote. So for essay, you should definitely have a separate notebook. Definitely, you should take notes. Look for unique introductions. Look for unique conclusions. Like starting an essay with a story, starting an essay with a quote. You should thoroughly prepare. You should have a separate note of 50 to say 100 pages minimum, and you should read it, revise it multiple times, so that you will have a unique introduction, unique conclusion. That is matter. That really matters for an essay. It will definitely boost like 15 to 20 marks at least. For ethics, you can use diagrams. You can use diagrams, flow charts in ethics. You can use examples from mythology. You can use examples from real life, civil servants. That all will definitely work. One thing about ethics is also I went with coaching institute materials, but I had prepared a set of diagrams, flow charts, and examples, which are very handy and which will get you those extra marks, say extra 1 or 2 marks. How you present it doesn't matter. I don't think like if you present in points or if you present in paragraphs, you will get an extra mark. Only thing it matters is a coherent flow. A coherent flow, and every examiner will look whether you have addressed the question. It doesn't matter whether you have very good command over the language or you have mastered all the concepts. It doesn't matter. Only thing they are going to look is whether you have addressed the question from multiple dimensions and you have given relevant examples, relevant statistics. That will matter. Yeah, ethics. Okay, my essay strategy I have already mentioned. I will repeat. My essay strategy is I used to refer. I used to read. I read 5 to 10 important books which are must read. I read it. I took notes from those books. I'll read newspapers. I'll look for unique stories, unique quotes. I'll take notes from that. I referred a few magazines and from anywhere, not only magazines. I referred movies. Say for example, Christopher Nolan movies, like which not only Christopher Nolan movies, you can like watch many Hollywood movies, and if you find quotes relevant, note it down. Definitely, you can quote movies, you can quote stories. Doesn't matter. If you have a habit of reading fiction, non-fiction books, you can read. See, one thing is you will not be able to read lot of books during UPSC preparation. You can just type best 100 books or best 50 books that should be read, that are must read. Then just Google what those 50 books say. Prepare a passage or prepare one page for each of the book. You can use it. You can quote it in your essays. Ethics, like I said, I went with only coaching institute materials. I referred two or three coaching institute materials, but I had handy examples. I had a separate notebook for ethics in which I had only examples. Say, let it be, I have good work done by civil servants. I had 30-40 names and the relevant good works done by them. And I had examples of mythological, like beings. I had examples from relevant examples from religion, religious scriptures, in history, everywhere. One thing is you can consistently revise those examples because you will have only 7 minutes to present an answer. In that time, you should like remember it and you should be able to present it. Like you should be able to exactly recollect that particular example and then like write it. So having a book of 50 to 100 pages for essay and for ethics and like repeatedly revising it, I would have revised at least 3 to 4 times. The whatever examples I had, whatever anecdotes I had, whatever introductions, unique stories which I had, like I had it and I just revised it 3 to 4 times. See, reading subjects like it is highly subjective, but I will say what I did. What I did is I'll be bored with a single subject. I'll not be able to read a single subject after 40 minutes. I'll read for 40 minutes. I'll take 5 to 10 minutes break. Then I will shuffle subject. Somehow it helped, and also I'll not be able to continuously read for 4 hours of max. What I will do is after reading for 4 hours, I will type some concept. I will see a video regarding the concept, be it a current affairs video, be it a concept, something. I'll see a video for 15 to 20 minutes. Then what I'll do is I will go, I'll solve some questions. Then I had this answer writing strategy which worked. I will write one main answer before breakfast, before lunch, before dinner. This is my practice, like starting from, let's say, I prepared totally for 2 years. After 1 year of my preparation, like I started to do this. Before breakfast, I'll write an answer. Before lunch, I'll write an answer. Then only I'll have my food. This really worked. Nearing mains or after clearing prelims, you'll have 2 3 months. In that time, what I did is once in 3 days, once in 4 days, I'll solve the mains question paper. Roughly, yeah. I would have solved the mains question paper 3 hours stretch. I'll sit at 9 p.m. after reading for 6 7 hours from the morning. While I'm like fed up, while I'm completely exhausted, I'll take a mains paper. Irrespective of whether I have revised it, not revised it, it doesn't matter. I'll start trying to answer. This strategy of like answering mains, like solving a mains paper late night, it really helps because you'll be completely exhausted. If I'm able to sit and complete a mains paper, 3 hours mains paper after a long day, I thought that in examination, in the real examination, I'll be emotionally, psychologically in a better position because my I'll be fresh mood. Even if I had some breakdowns, I'll be able to answer at any cost. This thing I had. This will work. Somehow you can try it after clearing your prelims. PYQs in UPSC, there is no guarantee that the questions might repeat. But one thing is, it may repeat in some other paper. Say, for example, if there is a question about agriculture, you can expect an essay from agriculture next time. Don't expect, let's assume if there is a question on agriculture in 2023 UPSC mains. There is no guarantee that in 2024 UPSC the same type of question or the same conceptual question will be asked in GS3 paper. But the answer for that question can be used in some other paper, can be used in essay paper, can be used in GS1 geography, something like that. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter from which college or which background you are. It doesn't matter. Because I'm also not an IITN or I am not from DU. I just came from a humble college, humble background. Nothing doesn't matter. Mistakes to avoid. Mistakes to avoid is I was obsessed with my answers. I used to spend extra time with a single answer. I will think that if I'm not able to impress the examiner with the first 5 questions, giving beautiful answers, giving like writing answers with great examples or more number of examples, it is not going to help. It didn't help for me. One main reason for getting like less than expected marks in my geography optional and ethics is that I was not able to complete the paper on time. I was able to complete paper on time, but I scribbled the last 3 4 questions. Never ever commit this mistake. Examiners, they will be impressed. Even if they are impressed, they will give maximum mark for that question only. For the next question, they will view it as a fresh mind. They are not that memory is short-lived. They are not going to think that this is like world-class answer, and that is not going to influence the second or the next question. So there should be some amount of emotional detachment. Even if you are very good in essay or writing answers, you should stick with time. I should have stick with time. One big mistake is I did not time management during, especially during mains examination. A 10-mark question should be written within 7 minutes. A 15-mark question should be completed within 8 to 9 minutes. Doesn't matter if you know, if you do not know, just try to answer a few 4 5 meaningful lines in 2 minutes and skip that question. Same appears in prelims. If you are very sure that you will not know the answer, better to avoid. Educated guesses, I don't think will work beyond a limit. You have to take educated guesses. Even R1 in any year, they will know around 30 to 40 questions out of 100 questions in prelims. Rest, they are going to take it as educated guesses only. But even it has limitations. It has its own limitations. Revision strategy. Like I said, that you should have a balance between two things. First thing is reading concepts elaborately and revising. Revision should start from day one. As time progresses, as exams come nearer, the proportion you spend for reading concepts like reading long articles, reading more number of pages about a particular concept, it should diminish. And on the other hand, you should be able to revise multiple concepts in short time. For that, note making, I would not suggest, personally, I would not suggest because it is volume, it is time taking. And for example, some aspirants will end up making another mini textbook if they go on start note making. One thing you can do is you can underline, and the second time you are revising, you can read only those lines which you have underlined. You can skip other lines. You can inculcate or develop a habit in which you can have multiple pens. Say, for example, first time you read, you can underline in black pen. Assume if there are 20 pages in 20 lines in a page, you can read. You will underline 5 to 10 lines. And the second time, you can read only those lines which you have underlined with a black pen. Now you can use a different pen. You can underline the most important 2 3 lines. When you come for the third time, you should be able to read only those 2 3 lines on the single page. So PYQ questions usually, like I said, questions will not be repeated, but somehow the same concepts repeat. You can use the concept in some other way. Say for example, you can use BS3 answer in essay and the answer to an essay in ethics, something like that. Why UPSC is a question like all the aspirants you should answer. Like you should have a personal answer. When you have answers for the question why, nothing matters. You will find all other answers like how to clear, what is the strategy, how many hours to read, which subject to read, which source to refer. For me personally, like I said, I was influenced by two officers who worked in my district as for they are DCP Tirunavakkar. So, and there was another IPS officer named Sindhu. They are from my hometown. I was like deeply inspired from them. I just somehow I expect maybe movies would have also influenced. I had a passion for police services since my school days. UPSC interview, my interview is very mediocre one, and I'm not very good at conversing or impressing. But one thing is, don't go with radical answers. Don't have a radical mindset. It doesn't matter which suit you wear. Even you simple format will do. Doesn't matter. They are not going to look for your attire and all. I don't think there is special extra marks for your attire. You can present yourself in a professional way. Just present yourself in a formal dress. And one thing or one definitive thing which will work is don't have radical mindset, don't give radical answers. Because there can be a person that can be it the chairperson or be it the members who can have entirely contradictory view from you. They can have a different perspective, like 360-degree opposite perspective. uh, you might have something, they can have an entirely contradictory view on that. One thing is if you give that answer, definitely they are not going to get impressed. They may internally believe that it is a wrong answer. So give media meaning have moderate answers. Even if you have radical views, try not to express those views. Give moderate answers, give balancing answers. That will help. But that doesn't mean that you should hide yourself. It is not that you should hide yourself or you should mask yourself. You can visibly express what you feel. You can genuinely speak from your heart, but that should have boundaries. You can't go and speak whatever comes to your mind. You can't go and say extreme answers. Emotion should not influence your answers, but your answer should have some element in which your personality, some rawness is required, where your answers will show them that some raw element, like your answers being unique, it should be unique, and you should be yourself. That should be there. But my point is, don't go with radical answers. Don't give radical solutions. Just avoid that, and don't become nervous. One thing is just think it is a conversation. It will last for few minutes only. They are going to decide it, and never ever get affected. I remember my chairperson, like he asked me one question, and he just started to peep into his phone. He just went out. Don't. It will be like severely discouraging if something like that happens. He asked you one question, and I answered. He was not impressed with that answer. Then he started to see his phone. He went away. It will be severely discouraging. My point is, you should not lose hope. You should not lose your mind. You should just complete. But the other members, they are all easily, freely conversing with me. It will be just a conversation. And if you do not know anything, politely express that I'm not able to recollect or I'm not able to remember. Do not bluff an interview. Definitely they will find. Regarding newspapers and magazines, it doesn't matter you read Indian Express, Hindu, or you watch newspaper analysis, current affairs analysis. It doesn't matter. Only thing that is going to matter is you should be able to write express few lines about what, everything which is happening. You should have a fair idea about whatever is happening right now, and you should have deep understanding about most of the concepts that are related to UPSC. If you see something in UPSC, have this habit or develop this habit, you should be able to mentally connect the current affairs with the syllabus because everything is revolving around the syllabus. Say, for example, the Pahalgam terror attack. You should be able to connect it with internal security. Which aspect in internal security? You should be able to connect it with international bilateral relations. How will multilateral, how is international relations, how what the factors which are going to influence, and you should be able to mentally connect those two dots. That is enough. It doesn't matter whether you read newspaper, whether you read newspaper for hours, whether you take notes. It all depends on how much time you have, whether you are a full-time aspirant, whether you are employed. Say I am working for 8 hours. I have only 5-6 hours daily for UPSC preparation. Then I will read current affairs only for an hour or 45 minutes. I will never ever spend time above 45 minutes. But if I am a full-time aspirant, I can spend 2 hours, 3 hours for current affairs. So I can take notes from Hindu. If I'm a part-time aspirant, then I will see some videos, take some notes, 4-5 lines, or single-page notes. I will then have it. And how many hours, it all depends. It is up to you. One thing is ensure that you focus on the process. You are not distracted. There is no use if I sit for 11, 12 hours. I'm reading only for 6 hours, 5 hours. I'm like daydreaming for the rest of the 6 hours. It's not going to be. You're cheating yourself. You're like fooling yourself. And don't get distracted. Don't take this exam very seriously. Because end of the day, this is an examination. It is a lot of factors play. It is not the process, the efforts are not like LHS is not equal to RHS because there are lakhs of aspirants involved. There's an element of luck involved. I know aspirants who have prepared more years, read more books, who are more intelligent than me. They are not even they were not able to appear for the interview. They were not able to clear names. That is that now. If you want me to analyze, if you want me to comment on that, it is not entirely because of hard work. I was lucky, to be frank. So beyond efforts, there are a lot of factors which influence the results. So if I like instead of focusing on the preparation, if I'm like bothered with the results, if I like instead of reading a single page without any distractions, if I'm like day one of my preparation thinking what question they will ask in the interview, it doesn't matter. It will not definitely help. It is a waste of time only. So just focus on the process, enjoy the preparation. Like in this process, your perspective will change. You will get rich experiences via reading vast subjects. One thing in UPSC preparation is nothing is goes in vain. You can read philosophy. Whenever you are like stressed, you can read philosophy. The recent trend is the 8 essays are coming from philosophical concepts. One important thing to answer the question regarding essay, focus on philosophical concepts, focus on life, focus on happiness, focus on those concepts. Read anything and everything about life, happiness, about work, process, result, success. Everything is going to come handy in your essay paper. Avoid distraction is you can exercise 30 minutes. Don't read continuously. Read for continuous hours. Read 40 minutes at the max. Because average human brain can focus 20 to 25 minutes. You can stretch it for an extra 15 minutes. Take 5 to 10 minutes break. Keep yourself adequately hydrated. Avoid junk foods frequently. You can dine out once in a week. You can watch movies, that too movies which are useful for UPSC. There are many Hollywood movies, you can watch it once in a week. You can, once in 10 days, you can even not read once in 15 days or 10 days. You can do some other thing that you can do. You can go meet friends, spend quality time with your family. Distraction is social media. Social media is the only distraction. Somehow you should be able to keep it under control. I will never suggest that quit your Instagram profile or quit or delete your account. I'm not going to suggest something radical. But one thing is somehow we are all mature adults. We are going to be responsible or take care of an entire district, entire state. When you are going, when you consider yourself fit, when only you are preparing for this examination, when you consider yourself fit and you capable of going to lead a district, controlling yourself, controlling the urge of using social media, it is nothing. You can like easily you'll be able to control those things. One thing is keep a tab. Just be aware like how many hours or how many minutes you are wasting. I'm not saying wasting. Beyond the time, it will be definitely waste of time if you spend a lot of time in social media. Only distraction is social media. And plan B, my plan B was to become a geography faculty in a coaching institute because my passion for geography was it is beyond words. If I were to say one subject or one important decision in my life which landed me here, I'll say choosing geography optional and my passion for geography like landed me here. Practice mindfulness. One thing I can say, practice mindfulness. Mindfulness is nothing just being aware. 5 to 10 minutes of the day, just be aware. Just don't focus on the past or on the future. Just focus on your senses, whatever is happening in your surroundings. Mindfulness is nothing but being aware about your surroundings. Mindfulness definitely works. It will help, and exercise definitely works. Mindfulness combined with exercise, it will definitely improve your concentration, and it will end of the day, it is going to improve your productivity. Thank you, UPSC Time India, for giving me this forum. I hope I'm able to answer all of the questions, if not most of the questions. I'll just again go through the comments to see whether I have missed any questions. Okay, thank you.